What's poppin', people? Welcome to MSGPM, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. Your app is ready, Emperor. My name is Kazim Famiwide, and you are currently watching another one of Julius Randle's incredible breakout games from this past season, where he didn't hit not one, not two, not three, but seven three-pointers against the Washington Wizards last season. So we're going to have a little bit of focus on that three-point threat in the upcoming season, and we are going to be joined by my man, my mellow, my boy, Jeff Eisenband. Hit us with the numbers, Jeff. How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling great watching this. You said 7 3-pointers, Julius Randle last year. It's nice to reminisce on all these, but I hope Julius is watching and the rest of the Knicks are watching some inspiration going into next season. We should have more of these games to talk about next year, Kaz.
And I hope we will, but we'll be remiss if we didn't talk about the incredible leap and improvement that he's made from one year to the next. When he first came to the Knicks in his first season, he shot 28% from three and shooting up to a blistering 41% from season to season. One of the biggest season-to-season changes in three-point percentage in NBA history. So it went without saying that he walked away with the NBA's Most Improved Player award. One of many reasons why he did that, by the way, Jeff.
Yeah, and it's not just the percentage to me, it's the confidence. The fact that the guy went out there and went from 231 three-pointers attempted in that 2019 to 2020 season, and then up that to 389 last year. So clearly had the confidence to start shooting. He averaged 2.3 three-pointers per game for the Knicks. Reggie Bullock led the team with 2.5. So Julius Randle looked around, I think, and he said, I have to shoot threes. He definitely had improved in last year, in that extended offseason when the Knicks weren't in the bubble, and said, I have to add this to my repertoire. And did he ever?
He absolutely did. And I feel like I watched so many of those Julius Randle's huge games last year where he was taking threes, not just making them, but step backs, falling behind the baseline. I mean, getting double team, triple team. So to shoot 41% with that much coverage and that much difficulty, it had to be an incredible year for him. And obviously, as the season wore on, doubles and triples and everything kind of went up against Julius Randle, and those percentages took a little bit of a dip. But Jeff, help is on the way in the form of Fournier and Kemba Walker, the New York Knicks' brand new backcourt, just signed in the offseason. Some snipers from deep, and definitely will help Julius Randle get a little bit more, how we say, clearer view from deep. So he's not taking so many difficult shots this year. What are your thoughts on that, Jeff?
You would think so. I talked about the lack of three-point shooting that the Knicks had last year. You add these two guys, plus 8,000, plus 10,000 right there. Those are the odds for Kemba and Fournier for most three-pointers made in the regular season this year. Those are the two best odds of anyone on the Knicks. Randle's actually on the Caesars Sportsbook list at plus 25,000. But these are two guys that love to shoot the basketball from downtown. Is Kemba the same player that he once was for three? Maybe not, but he shot 36% last year. He averaged 3 three-pointers made per game. And this is a guy that just 3 years ago, his last year with the Charlotte Hornets, he attempted 731 three-pointers. So if he is healthy, if he is feeling it, he is going to take shots from beyond the arc. And Fournier is an interesting case where he actually was shooting, he shot 41% from three the entire year last year, actually went up to 46% when he landed with the Celtics, only played 16 regular season games, didn't score in the same prevalence that he did in Orlando, but he shot the ball more from beyond the arc. So that might be the player that the Knicks are getting. And both of those guys, Kemba averaging 3 three-pointers made last year, Fournier averaging 2.8 three-pointers made last year. Those are more than any totals anyone on the Knicks. It was Reggie Bullock leading the way with 2.5 three-pointers last year. And of course, these guys pick up some of the slack that he leaves behind leaving the Knicks.
All right, Jeff, let's keep the theme on three-pointers. Producers, let's hit that graphic courtesy of our good friends at Caesars Sportsbook. Who will lead the NBA in three-pointers made next season? No surprise at the top, the one and only babyface assassin Steph Curry with a negative 170. If you want to make a little money, however, though, I like the value of Klay Thompson as a plus 2,000. Just coming off an injury, Steph Curry is going to draw a whole lot of attention. Klay Thompson, if he's anything close to what he was before he went down pre-injury, that is a nice bet to make a little bit of dough if you put some money down on him. What do you think about that, Jeff?
Well, I think you're right. Klay Thompson, I mean, it's hit or miss. If he's healthy, plus 2,000, those are crazy odds for him. Those you got to take. when basketball historians look back at these Stephen Curry odds, minus 170, they're going to think he's an alien just because of how crazy that is for a guy to start the season that way in his 30s. But it is the truth. The guy I'm looking at is Damian Lillard, who might be second on that list. But the reason I think this might be the year at plus 400, he was third last year with 275, Stephen Curry at 337. It's not that crazy of a difference. And the Portland Trailblazers, I'm not sure what Portland Trailblazers team we're going to get this year. It might be a big stats year for Damian Lillard if he's going to keep this team in it. So I see that at plus 400. That's 100 to make 400. Not a bad deal right there.
It's a fantastic insight over there, Jeff. And I know I don't want to rat on any Knicks fans' cages, by the way. But we got some odds on who will potentially win the Eastern Conference next year. And no surprise, the Knicks are some dogs right now, all right? Obviously, the Brooklyn Nets up plus 100, the defending champions. Milwaukee Bucks with a plus 325. If you want to put some real money down on the New York Knicks, though, they are plus 4,000 odds. That is good for 7th in the Eastern Conference, courtesy to Caesars Sportsbook. Jeff, what do you think about this?
Well, I think with the Knicks, first of all, a lot of people might say plus 4,000. Is that a stretch? They were 4th in the Eastern Conference last year. I think that has a lot to do with that first round loss. Still, people wondering if the Knicks can win in the playoffs. So I still think you can get good value there. I don't think the Knicks and Celtics should be 2,000 away there on the odds. But the two teams that I'm looking at that you might get some good value out of are the 76ers and the Heat, the 3rd and 4th team there. I just mentioned Damian Lillard. We think he's going to be playing for the Portland Trailblazers when the season starts this year, but I think the Philadelphia 76ers, the first team in the East during the regular season last year, I think they'll come back hungry. They already have Andre Drummond coming off the bench at center this year. We don't know where Ben Simmons is going to end up, so you can look at that. And then how about the Heat? All right, plus 1,200. That team has gone wild. I don't know if people are following the offseason. Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker, Markieff Morris. They got Victor Oladipo back on a 1-year deal who's going to be playing for his life out there. The Heat might be back where they were 2 years ago. That's not even to mention Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo as well.
Now, Jeff, one of the most successful and fun things about last season is that nobody, and I mean nobody, thought the New York Knicks were going to finish 4th in the Eastern Conference last year. A lot of them picked them to finish dead last. So do you think that the Knicks got a little bit of a fair shake when it came to these odds?
Well, I'm saying I think a lot of that has to do with the playoff loss and people not looking, at the 4th place finish. I think a team like the Heat that came on in the second half of the year, maybe getting some generous odds, but I think plus 4,000, that's something to take a look at here with the Knicks. I believe it's the same odds that the Chicago Bulls have. They made a lot of moves in this offseason. You're getting value there. You're getting a team, I keep telling, I'm sure you keep saying the same thing, Kaz, to people, right? The Knicks lost Reggie Bullock and Elfrid Payton, and they added Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. You would think we're getting a better RJ Barrett, a better Emmanuel Quickley, a better Julius Randle. Everything points to the Knicks improving on what you mentioned, that 4th place finish. It's about winning in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. And that season can't get started any sooner for me. Jeff, always good talking sports with you. Appreciate you coming by. MSG PM. We will see you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of the game, people. It's your boy Kaz, brought to you by the good friends at Caesars Sportsbook. Your app is ready, Emperor. We'll catch you later. Peace.